Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. We're going to go ahead and do a review of this guy right here. Before we go ahead and get into it, please like the video and also subscribe. Please follow the Instagram and like the Facebook page. Alright, so when I first unboxed this, again, I really like the overall look of this guy a lot. It's a lot lighter than I expected and shorter than I expected. I knew this was tall, but it was just shorter than I expected. So let's go ahead and speaking of that, let's go ahead and get into some size comparisons so you can kind of get the idea. This is a Hinder XM18. As you can tell, it is noticeably smaller or shorter in the handle and in the blade. So, just shorter than I expected. Here's the crispy Incosi. Again, shorter than I expected. Then S&G. Very similar handles, I should say. I still like the S&G handle ergonomically better. That was a weird way to open that. Let's try that. There we go. The Spyderco Shaman. These two line up pretty darn well to each other. Shaman is still a little bit longer in the blade and in the handle. So I was expecting it to be about the same size as the Shaman. It is not. Here's the Benchmade 940. It's about the same size as Benchmade 940, both in blade and in handle. Not in width, obviously, is a lot taller, and that's just how it is. So I was expecting something larger than Benchmade 940, but here it is. That's all I got. Now, I love the design of this. I really do. It's a super slicey one. I know they just came out with a 3.0, like a Model 3, which didn't change a ton. It actually has more of a swedge up here instead of flat, which is cool. That's all I noticed. I haven't really dove in deep into it to kind of really check on it and see if anything else changed. I do love the action. It is extremely smooth. Yeah, you can do this all day. And I think, yep, reverse flick works great. Yeah, great ergonomically, both choking up and going here. I love the wood-like, almost like bamboo, dark bamboo kind of look that this has. I like that a lot. But yeah, a lot of people love this. A lot of people love this knife, or love this, yeah. A lot of people like it a lot. The hype for this was astronomical. People loved it. We're trying to get the hands on this. It was super hard to get, next to impossible. I think this is the first knife that, for whatever reason, once getting my hand on it and actually owning one, it kind of sits back in the collection. There are knives that I carry over this. There are quite a few knives that I would carry over this for various reasons. I just tend to like them more. I either like the ergonomics better or the aesthetics better, or just their overall utility purpose driven design better. Now, this is utility purpose driven. Don't get me wrong. It is. Thin behind the edge. Hollow grind. Very nice. Super slicey. Super slicey. But yeah, I don't know. I just never was enthralled by it. I definitely like in the background or seeing other people have one. I was like, man, I really want one of those. Or like, man, that looks really awesome. I really would like to get my hands on one and to own one. I did actually get my hands on one and like handle it from a buddy at Blade 2023. I was able to actually handle one, and I liked that a lot. It was though full tie, and that may be why. And hear me out. This may be perfect for someone else because it's super light. I guess here's how I should probably put this. It looks great aesthetically, ergonomically looks great, but overall, it feels cheap. Like something about it feels cheap. I can't put my finger on it, and maybe how light it is. Like this is super light, like extremely light. For the size and for the width, and that's obviously because of the milling. And I think it's actually because they milled the carbon fiber, and like even the weight is pretty good. Look at that, like the balancing, great, right where you would want it. But that's kind of weird to me. They got the weight right, and it still feels cheap. I think I'm just not used to milled carbon fiber. Normally you don't mill carbon fiber. And maybe it's because of that, it sounds and feels hollow. But there's something, yeah, it's just something weird. I don't know how to put it. But I love the design. I love the marble carbon fiber. I like the titanium design. I like the design of the blade. And I love the ergonomics. The clip is pretty good too. It's not the best, but it does the job, that's for sure. But yeah, for whatever reason, like, I feel like these are the same weight. And this might be slightly heavier, but look at the difference in, this is way wider. This is way thicker. So that's what throws me for a loop. Also, by the way, that doesn't work. If you're wondering, like, that works just fine. But it just throws me for a loop that this seems heavier when it shouldn't. It's because this carbon fiber is not milled out. So that's my one negative, really. It's just one big negative, and it's the reason why I don't carry this all the time. I carry it maybe, like, since I got it, I have maybe carried it 5 solid times. Legitimately. It is slightly off center, by the way, if you were curious. Just slightly off. Noticeable though. Yeah. I like the action. I like how easy it deploys. I like the ergonomics. I like the design. I like how slicey it is. I like how it ergonomically feels. But yeah, I think the lightness and the hollowness kind of throws me for a loop that I don't like. And also, there's also another knife on here that I had that same reaction to. What was it? It was also all black fair. It was blacked out. I can't remember. Zebra, something like that. It was one of those. Yeah, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. But it was all black. I've been looking for one for a while. And I got it. And I was like, I like the design. I like the feel. But it just feels hollow. It kind of feels cheap. And I don't know how to describe that. And this is something like, if I get a knife and that's the feel I get from it, there's not much I can really say about it, because it's kind of disappointing, if that makes sense. Like, because it doesn't have the solid feeling that I was expecting. Yeah, it's hard to describe. Like, if you pick this up and then you pick up something else that's about the same size with carbon fiber, and this has a hollow feeling to it, and it's really hard to get past, for at least for me. But overall, I do really like it. Overall, like, I like the design, I like the ergos. I just wish that this was more substantial. I wish this was a longer blade, a longer handle. The carbon fiber was not milled out. So it had a little bit more heft to it. Just a little bit more. Less hollowness. That's what I would legitimately change. But I like the design overall. Like, if they made an XL version or a large version of this with non-milled carbon fiber, I would absolutely grab it. And it would be up there, that's for sure, because I love the design, I love the look, love the ergos, love a lot about this knife. I really do. And it will probably stay in my collection, to be frank with you. And I'll probably take pictures. I'll probably take pictures, post videos of it, stuff like that. But it will not ever be a main carry. Always a backup. Every time. But really, that's really all I have. A little bit shorter of a review, mainly because there's not much else I have to say about it. Do I recommend it? Actually, I do. If like the super light, hollow kind of feel to you does not bother you at all, go for it. They're fantastic. Great design, great ergonomics, utility driven, will slice whatever the heck you want, and has external stop pins, which are super durable, so you won't have any issue with durability when it comes to the locking at all. Stop pin is pretty beefy too over here. The closed stop pin. But yeah, I would 100% recommend this for most people, really, to be honest. Most people won't have that issue. I feel like I'm the minority in this, but yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. I will see you guys in the next video. Please like the video, subscribe, follow the Instagram, and like the Facebook page. I'll see you guys in the next one.